What's going on, everybody? It's Diesel King, the DK. So the first two videos, I pretty much talked about your permits and everything before you go to the school, and then when you get to the school, days 1 through 3. Now, by now, if you once you get into that third day, you've already been and I forgot to mention this. On the first day, you meet your roommate. That roommate may be there the entire time with you. Sometimes there's somebody who's ahead of you, but the majority of the time they're going to be somebody who's coming into the class with you. You might be able to pick your roommate. A lot of times once you get on the bus, what you need to realize is whoever you're around is more than likely going to be who you are going to be in a room with. If you don't buddy up with somebody there that you like, then when you get to the hotel, it's going to be random as shit. Like you're gonna sign your name, and who's ever next to you, whenever you sign your name, is in the hotel. Like they don't care. It's not gonna be a girl, but it may be, the guy on the bus that you didn't like, or that you had an issue with, or you say he smells or something, or maybe the guy on the bus from the Greyhound station that you we've been talking to the whole time. And y'all just happen to be still talking when you go in, and y'all end up being roommates. If you don't sign up with somebody, you might end up with somebody that's on their second week. The class, the whole school lasts between 4 and 5 weeks. And you're gonna need all of that time because it's a lot to learn really quick. Like you're gonna go through it really quick, and that's why I'm talking about your roommate, because I went through 2 roommates. The first guy got sent home because he had sleep apnea or something like that. I don't know. He needed like a machine, and they sent him home. A lot of the guys left on the first day for that because they didn't have their physical. Again, they came with the physical, but they didn't have everything, so they would have been all right if they had all their stuff to begin with. But the Swift physical that they have there is a lot more stricter, so they didn't get by with that then. I'm pretty sure they were fine to drive, but they said that they snored and whatever, right? So your roommate's going to help you study. So by the third day, she's going to, whoever your teacher is in the classroom, they're going to give you a test. And they're going to say, okay, you need to pass this test come Friday. And the tests, they're not hard. It's going to be like you're going to have like a hours of service test, like a map test, trip planning. They're not hard at all, but a lot of things in there you're probably not going to know before you go there. They're going to have you test out on things about the truck and, certain things about driving that you probably found out when you were, studying for your permit. But I already talked about days 1 through 3, which is pretty much getting there, signing the contract for the loan. It's not a contract to work for Swift. It's a contract for the loan. And they're going to tell you that this isn't you signing up to say that you're going to work for Swift. This is you signing up to say that, you're pretty much going to pay for the loan, basically. And the second day, you do your drug test, and the second and third day you're pretty much studying most of the time. Like I said, we went out to the trucks on the third day and started backing. They're gonna get into the trucks real quick and go over how to pretty much back up the truck. You first get in, you're gonna be going backwards the whole time. You're gonna pull forward, you're gonna back up. You're gonna pull forward, you're gonna back up. You're gonna pull forward, you're gonna back up. You do that over and over again. You're not gonna turn the wheel at all, except to stay straight. So your third day, whenever you go out to the truck, they're gonna go over everything with you, show you how to put the truck in reverse toward the clutch. And they're just gonna throw you in it. They're not gonna sit there and babysit you. They're gonna throw you in the trucks, and they're gonna tell you to back up. This is a test. He's gonna have you guys practice straight line backing. If you don't pass it, they make you worry about telling you, oh, if you don't pass the test, then we're gonna send you home. They have this so-called elimination where they send you home for everything on that first week or so. Like everything that you do wrong, they're gonna send you home for. So they say. You gotta remember that you're the reason why they have a job. So they're not gonna send you home that easily. I mean, if you don't straight line back perfect, oh well, you got 3 weeks to figure it out. But if you're jackknifing a truck, bagging up, yeah, you're kind of not getting it. Like if you don't get it by Friday of that first week, which is when they have the test out, then I mean you gotta get it down because that first week is bagging. Wednesday through Friday is bagging. The second week is when you gotta start when you move down to the other section of the training area and you start doing your 90s. Wait a minute, let me see. What was the second week? Straight line back. I think okay. The second week is like parallel parking. Yeah, it's your skills. You're gonna work on your 90s, your parallel parking, and your offset backing. And they're gonna give you pretty much a week to do this. And on the third week, you're gonna do your road testing. So you pretty much have and this time is gonna go by very slowly because you're gonna be out there from 6 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the evening. Like you're gonna be there for a very long time. And we only got 3 breaks throughout the day. We got the first break around 8:30, and they give you a break for 15 minutes. So you're on break from 8:30 to 8:45, and by 9 you're already back in the truck. We went to lunch from 12 to 12:30. 30-minute lunch because they're trying to prep you for when you start driving. You got to take your 30-minute break. And then we went to one more break around like 3, and that was like 2:30 or so. And then we shut down around 4:30, and we left around 5. So you have to fill out your logs for each of these times. They're prepping you for doing paper logs. I've never done paper logs on the road. Qualcomm's always worked. It's never really been a big issue, but I know how to do paper logs. So yeah, the first week you're gonna be bagging a straight line. Don't do like some of the other guys done, and whenever you're driving up the reset, you start shifting the truck because you feel comfortable in it. If you've never been in a truck, you don't know how to drive it just because you're driving forward. I mean, you're just driving forward and backwards. You put it in first gear, drive forward. Speaking of that, some guys got kicked out that first week because they were driving the trucks. You can't do over 5 miles an hour driving a truck doing 15 miles an hour down the range, So, yeah. So when I come back, I'm going to talk about the second week and everything we did in the second week. It's Kenny and I'm out.